Hey guys, in today's episode we go over everything coming in Season 16's Shockober, including 2 brand new cards, as well as probably one of the best balance changes that we've had in a long time. All that and more in today's episode of Clash Worlds. Hey guys, Legendaray here, and welcome back to another Clash Worlds episode. In this not-so-weekly show, we go over the newest announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR Esports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta deck of the week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Also, go check me out on my Instagram and Twitter, links down below. And if you'd like to support me, feel free to use code Legendaray in the shop. Season 16 has of course just begun, so I would really appreciate if you guys use my code if you do decide to buy the pass. And with all that out of the way, let's get right into the first section. New in the arena. New in the Arena is where we find out what the Supercell team has been up to. This week, of course, with the start of each month comes a new season, and Season 16 is going to be Shockober, which should be releasing today. Of course, with Halloween being this month, the dev team is bringing the Halloween spirit into the arena with a new Shockober Valley. In addition, there's going to be an Electro Tower skin, as well as 4 new emotes, one of which is going to be unlocked through Pass Royale. Last but not least, there are also going to be 2 cards that are going to be boosted for the season, the Electro Giant and the Electro Spirit, which I'm going to talk about quickly right now. So the first of Clash Royale's 2 new cards is the Electro Giant, which actually comes out today in an Electro Giant draft challenge. Now this is going to be an 8 elixir epic card that zaps anything that attacks him inside of a 3-tile radius. You can check out the last video I posted for a bit of a breakdown of the card, as well as some gameplay of him in action. Now the second card that's also going to be coming out is the Electro Spirit. Now this is going to be another 1 elixir common card that's also one of the spirits. Now we don't have much gameplay at the moment, but from the Season 16 trailer, we can see that once the spirit jumps onto a troop, it can chain that lightning like the Electro Dragon for 9 units. All in all, I really like these 2 card releases. They are mechanically much more different than all the other cards in the game, so I feel like these will definitely shake up the meta a little bit, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how they perform as Season 16 progresses. Next up, of course, with every single month comes a set of balance changes, and this month we definitely have some very interesting ones. Many of these are quite expected and will definitely change up how the October meta shapes up. So without further ado, let's get right into them. Musketeer and 3 Musketeers. First hit speed plus 0.3 seconds. The Musketeer is by far one of the best cards in the game at the moment. Its high amount of DPS combined with long range makes her an unstoppable force against both tanks and swarms. This hit speed allows her to retain her effectiveness against tanks, but once there are more swarms and units piling up, she will definitely be noticeably weaker because she can't switch between those units as quickly as before. Skeleton Dragons. Hit speed minus 12%. Skeleton Dragons are just like the Musketeer in this meta, super popular and super versatile at dealing with both tanks as well as swarms. A slower speed will make him significantly weaker, which serves as a nice nerf for the card. Overall, a good change. Heal Spirit. Healing effect minus 9%. The Heal Spirit is another card that has just taken over this meta. For 1 elixir, this card can negate most of a fireball and poison, and is also able to cheaply cycle a deck. This nerf combined with the previous radius nerf from last month should be enough to keep this card in check for most of Season 16. Battle Healer and Royal Ghost. added hover mechanic. Now this is definitely going to be the most interesting change of this month. We've heard that they're going to add this change for a long time now, and they're finally going to be adding it into the October balances. Now in a sense, both changes are justified. The Battle Healer and Royal Ghost don't have particularly high use rates, so they aren't particularly seen in many meta decks. However, I am slightly worried about that Battle Healer because she's pretty much only seen in Elixir Golem, so this may just end up boosting the popularity of Elixir Golem even more. Being able to bypass the bridge is such a unique and valuable feature. Maybe we'll see the Battle Healer and the Royal Ghost in a couple of new decks. So there we go, a rather small set of balance changes, but they're definitely hitting all the cards that needed to be hit. So let me know what you guys think about Season 16. Honestly, I feel like this is one of the better seasons we've had so far. 2 new cards, good balances, as well as a pretty solid theme. Anyways, that's gonna do it for New in the Arena. Let's get right into the Esports Update. The Esports Update is a section where we go over recent esports events as well as new and rising pro players. This week we've got action in both the CRL West and CRL East regions. Starting in CRL West, week 3 of the regular season has just wrapped up. You can see their standings right here. For those of you that are interested, the teams that are expected to do well are doing well, and so this sort of leaderboard is honestly quite expected. In CRL East, we're seeing them actually near the end of their regular season, entering playoffs. The East region is much more stacked this season, so they're definitely going to have a lot more competition. Again, the top 4 teams in each region will move to World Finals in December. So I'll leave links to the CRL West and CRL East streams down below for you guys to check out. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the Esports Update. Let's get right into the rising rumors. Starting off, the new Electro Giant actually looks a lot like Dr. Eggman from Sonic. Lots of people in the community have actually noticed this, and I'm sure this was definitely a big source of inspiration when designing the card's appearances. I honestly really love these little Easter eggs, and I feel like this is kind of a fun nod to the good old Sonic universe. Next up, staying with the Halloween theme, Redditor MJ Dragon Slayer drew some nice skeleton art. This could definitely serve as a nice phone wallpaper, so I'll leave the links to it down below. Anyways, now that we've covered the trending topics in the community, let's go ahead and break down the meta. The October balance changes are pretty good, touching pretty much all of the problem cards in the current meta. So let's take a look at how I think the Season 16 meta will shift once balance changes really settle in. Fireball and Poison Bait. Now this meta was full of Fireball and Poison Bait, specifically with the synergy between Musketeer and Skeleton Dragons. They fit into pretty much any deck, and spelling out one of those cards meant that the other one would have free reign on the arena. With the nerf of the Musketeer, Skeleton Dragons, and Heal Spirit, these decks will either have to swap out those cards or see a reduction in popularity. These archetypes include Fireball Bait, Royal Giant, Graveyard, and Balloon decks. Bridge Spam. Now this archetype definitely took a hit this past season. With the amount of stopping power that the current meta has, Bridge Spam is just a tough deck to succeed with. However, with the buffs to Battle Healer and Royal Ghost, combined with the nerfs to other archetypes, this may allow decks such as P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam and Ram Rider to become much more popular. All in all, I'm really looking forward to this next meta. Hopefully Skeleton Dragons and Musketeer are not going to be nearly as popular. Anyways, that's the meta for you guys. Let's get right into the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash Royale episode, we're going to be going over an off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week, we have a bit of an interesting deck by Timo YT. It's a pretty classic Golem Clone deck, but Golem Clone is pretty much not seen at all in this current meta, so yeah, it's definitely a quite different deck that a lot of people are not expecting. All in all, it's a pretty slow playing Golem deck. You just gotta try and sacrifice tower damage to build up a massive push to eventually break into your opponent's defenses. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into some matches and show you guys exactly how to play this deck. Alrighty, starting off here against a Chinese player from a Chinese clan, and we've got a bit of an expensive hand, so we're not really going to be making the first move here, and we're just gonna see if the opponent here is going to make that first commitment. If he plays something expensive, then we'll just kind of reply with the Golem, like we are going to right now. and it looks like we might be against another Golem deck. So we're actually just going to Night Witch in the back, repeat the classic Golem combination right here. It looks like he's got in a Battle Healer, so perhaps Elixir Golem, which I'm really hoping it's not, because that's just an annoying matchup in general, but it looks like it might be. So let's see here, we're gonna actually, you know what, I'm just gonna clone all of this good stuff. Alrighty, and yeah, there we go. We're gonna get the Night Witch onto the tower. Pretty good, pretty good. And yeah, there we go. Wow, that's gonna deal a lot of damage. Look at the Night Witch just soloing that tower. Oh my gosh. And then we're just gonna go in with a skeleton barrel like so. It'll distract that magic archer and get a little bit of damage. So I'm not sure exactly what he's using. I'm still thinking Elixir Golem. So of course I'm going to be ready for that. But it might just be some sort of weird bridge spam variant. Okay, I called it. It is just some sort of weird bridge spam variant. So a skeleton army will do a pretty good job there. Will take a little bit of a connection, but as you can see, not that big of a deal. And yeah, we're a tower up here, so things are looking pretty good heading towards double elixir. So let's see here. Obviously Night Witch here in the back. And I'm feeling just a golem at the bridge. I know it's not a very traditionally accepted thing to do, but I'm not a very good golem beatdown player. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a large elixir advantage to be able to do this. He's actually gonna miss his fireball, so we're just gonna clone all of this stuff. Look at all this stuff we have. E-Wiz just does nothing. It's so hard to time that E-Wiz and the bar barrel with all the clones. And then we're just gonna once again rinse and repeat. Let's get some bats down to apply some pressure as well. But unfortunately, it looks like his magic archer is going to deal with most of that defense. That being said, I've already reloaded with a golem here. We're just gonna ignore that entire push there and go straight for the 3. We're gonna go ahead and clone all of this good stuff. Unfortunately, I missed the skeleton barrel, which is a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, Night Witch here will snipe out his magic archer. Golem's on the tower. Let's just go ahead and send in some arrows there, and look at all of this stuff just absolutely tearing apart the opponent's defenses. So as you can see, golem clone can just absolutely overwhelm your opponents if you're able to build up a good enough elixir advantage. So there we go, that was the off-meta deck of the week. Definitely recommend you guys give the deck a try. Any deck with clone is going to be a fun deck, so of course deck link is going to be down in the description. But unfortunately guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. Huge thanks to all of my channel members. You guys are the absolute G's. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.